Hello there, everybody. I hope that you all are doing well, having a good time. You are watching The Seasoned Vegan. I'm Kia, and today I'm going to teach you how to make homemade focaccia. I am so excited for this one because it's one of those recipes where when you learn how to make it, you realize how simple and easy it is, and you just want to keep doing it because it's so gosh darn good. So without further ado, let me show you all the ingredients, and then we'll go through our step-by-step process like we always do. All right, so to start, we have flour, and I'm just using all-purpose flour. We have our water, which is warm. Please take note, the water is warm. Next, we have sugar, salt, and some instant yeast, and I am using this brand here. I can't pronounce that. And then I have olive oil, and I do recommend olive for this recipe. We've got our vegan butter and coarse salt for sprinkling on top of the dough before we bake it. You could also use flaky salt, or you could go ahead and do, other toppings on your focaccia, but just for the sake of the video, we're making ours very simple today. So to begin, the first step is to mix all of our dry ingredients together. So we're going to start with the flour, and all of the measurements, by the way, guys, they're all in the description below. So if you want to make this yourself, go down there and you'll have everything you need to make it. So into the flour, I'm also going to put all of this salt here. Ended up just like putting the whole thing in there. I don't know what I was doing, puffing with the spoon there, but whatever, moving on. Here is my instant yeast packet, and I'm just using the whole packet here, no measuring necessary. And guys, I recommend having yeast in your pantry. It's such a fun pantry staple if you want to get into bread making. Obviously, you need it for bread making, but keep it in the pantry. That way, if you want to make bread, you don't have to run to the store to get it. Okay, next we've got our sugar, and now we're just going to go ahead and mix all of this together until it's well incorporated, and then we're going to move on to the next step. Easy peasy. Boom. Okay, step number 2. This is when we're going to mix in that water, and remember, this water has to be warm. I'm going to say it again. Make sure your water is warm. Also, we're using a rubber spatula. So keep those two things in mind before you begin the step, and you're going to be just fine. Now, when we're mixing the dough, when it starts to come together, you may notice that it's fairly sticky. Totally normal. Don't worry about that. It is supposed to be fairly sticky, but you just want to keep combining it until it looks like a dough ball. Righty. At this point, we're going to take 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and we're going to rub it all over the dough ball, even the underside. So you're going to go ahead and pick up the dough ball and rub the entire surface of that dough ball. So your hands are going to get kind of messy. No biggie. You could wear a glove if you wanted to. I do that sometimes. And then after it is completely coated in the olive oil, you're going to take some type of covering. Use plastic wrap, cling film, a damp kitchen towel, whatever you have, and you're going to cover it up completely, and then you're going to wish it sweet dreams because it's going to take a nap. It's going to take a very, very long nap. So you're going to put it in your fridge for 12 to 36 hours. I could only wait 24 hours, so here I am 24 hours later, and I'm taking my butter, and I'm very generously coating my 9x13 tray in this butter. I also recommend, if you have it, going ahead and taking some cornmeal and sprinkling it on top of this butter because it will just really help with the focaccia coming out in the end. On top of this butter, we're going to put olive oil, about 2 more tablespoons of it, and it might seem excessive, but trust me, like, this is the way. This is the way, okay? Okay, so at this point, this is what our dough looks like. It has risen, I'd say about by half during the 24 hours that it was in the fridge. So at this point, we're going to transfer this dough to the tray. We don't have to wait for it to come to room temperature before we transfer it. It's okay to transfer it cold. And yeah, go ahead and set it in the center of the tray right on top of that oil. And at this point, we're going to cover it with a kitchen towel. It doesn't have to be damp. Mine is dry here, and we're just going to let it rise at room temperature for 3 hours. Okay, so here's the big reveal. Look at that. So cool. 3 hours later, it has puffed up, it has rose, and it's almost the whole size of the tray, which is perfect. So at this point, we're going to take our last 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and we're going to drizzle it all over the top. And now we're going to take some clean fingers and just dimple, create our little dimple hole things. I guess they're called dimples. And remember to be sure to press your fingers all the way down to the bottom of the pan, and to like stretch it a little bit if you need to, if necessary, to make sure that it fills the entire pan as well. All right, last step, guys. We are going to sprinkle it with salt. This could also be the step that you put in whatever other toppings that you want. You could do, I don't know, shallot or garlic or rosemary, totally up to you. And then you're going to put it into your oven at 425 degrees for about 30 minutes until it's nice and crispy and golden brown on the top. Oh, also make sure to place it in the center rack of your oven. Okay, and set your timer so you don't forget about it. Although you probably won't, because it starts to smell really, really good. Okay, so 30 minutes later, you're going to take it out, and voila, that is what it looks like. Look at that, it's so good. So give it some time to cool. Don't try and pry it out of the tray too soon, or else it might tear. I learned the hard way, don't ask me how. But once you can safely get it out of the tray, go ahead and transfer it to a cooling rack and let it cool for 10 minutes minimum, okay? Minimum. And then at that point, you can go ahead and slide it off your tray and slice it and serve it. There we go. And I like to slice it into these little rectangles, but do you, do whatever you want. There it is though, you guys. Look at it on the inside. Fluffy, delicious, and I mean delicious. It is so, so, so good. And I paired it with the tomato soup that I made the other day. I showed you guys how to make that. Beautiful pair, absolutely beautiful pair. I also paired it with balsamic glaze, aka balsamic reduction, which I'm going to be showing you guys how to make later on in the week. So check that out. Stay tuned. All right, love you guys. Bye.